Everyone, and welcome. We are Random Encounter Productions. I'm Cody Stone. With me tonight, we have
Matthew, and I'm playing Clever Stitch, the Tabaxi Arcane Archer.
Caitlin, and I'm playing Fable Frost, the Ace Genasi Phoenix Soul Sorcerer.
Megan, and I'm playing Sarai Landir, the Eladrin Glamour Bard.
Howdy y'all, this is Maz. I'll be playing Talroth Oakenblade, the Wood Elf Scout.
And I'm Kez, and I'm going to be playing Treasure Knight Crafter, the Tiefling Fighter.
Alrighty. So before we get into tonight's adventure, we want to make a couple of announcements, but first let's say Happy International Women's Day. Is that the appropriate? Is it a merry? Is it a happy? Is it
it's a jealousy at this point. I'm neither happy nor merry about it because we found out that fucking Germany recognizes it as an actual bank holiday. It's a real Berlin, sure. It's a real holiday there, whereas here it's just a thing that men bitch about and women seize onto with our whole souls for 24 hours.
I mean, it is international, so, way to go Berlin.
We're going to move to Berlin. Next year we're going to Berlin for this, and we're going to have Oktoberfest in March. Marchtoberfest. March Women Fest.
Okay.
But happy International Women's Day!
Well done. Happy International Women's Day. Before we get into the action, we do have a couple of quick announcements. Matthew, kick us off.
So first, as you all know, we are honored to be sponsored by Norse Foundry. You can go to Norse Foundry for all of your dice and dice adjacent needs, whether it be their aluminum dice, their precision dice, their gemstone dice, their regular acrylic dice, boxes to carry them in, to roll them in, anything and everything you need, they've got. And we are happy to announce, I say this every week, we have a code for them. We have a code with them. You can use REPRPG to be able to get 15% off of your entire order. Which whenever you're buying quality dice, every saved dollar is a great dollar saved. So I encourage that anytime you want to get any gifts for you and your D&D friends, you use the code REPRPG, that's REP RPG, for 15% off of your entire order. Yeah. North Foundry.
All right, and what else do we have coming up? Meg.
On Thursday, we have a new episode of The Archives, a show where myself and Eric, who plays Sirach, we recap everything that has happened on tonight's episode of Disasters in Danger. I have a feeling that this Thursday is going to be very spicy, as we have a lot of interesting things to be getting underway tonight. But this Thursday is a very special episode. We're going to be dealing with Trixie's drug problem. No, this week is my birthday! Yay. Pause for cheers. I'm turning years old, and as a special Hobbit celebration for all of you, I'm giving one of our lucky viewers a dice set from Norse Foundry. Everybody knows how much I love me some opal dice, and everyone knows that I cannot own them because they are cursed if I purchase them for myself. But if I buy them for you, maybe it's a little bit luckier. So on Thursday, we'll be doing a giveaway for the Opalite dice set from Norse Foundry. But you have to be watching or a Patreon to be able to be entered. So if you're busy on Thursday and you can't be there, I get it. Send me a card with a $5 check in the mail. But make sure that you're a patron, because even at the dollar level, is that right? You get entered into all the drawings? That's
all
ridiculous.
Patreons, regardless of level.
$12 a year, y'all. That's ridiculous.
Yep.
And we are going to have some more giveaways coming up because our stream anniversary is for the channel is in the beginning of April.
It's in a month. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, genuinely though, $12 a month, and some of these dice we're giving away are $100 sets. I'm sorry, you can't beat that kind of holy crap.
Yeah.
I'm tempted to just join, and I'm here, and I can just choose not to send you all your dice. I don't, but I could.
So with that said, let's get into tonight's adventure, shall we? So, our adventure takes place in the lands of Lichtracht. lands of myth and legend. And as we have crossed beyond the Warden's threshold, we are now entering Western Lickdracht. And our heroes, trying to pass through this extensive mountain range, have reached a final hurdle before they see the great ravine beyond, according to their maps. It is an ancient dwarven fortress, citadel, Tig, home, kingdom, who knows? But it's old and it's dwarven and it's been beat up. It shows evidence of great battles fought long ago with the remains of dwarves and dragons and dragon hunting monsters and giants and all sorts of terrifying things. And so our heroes now, with their company in tow, are preparing to brave these dangerous halls beneath the mountain. In the back, we have the rest of the company with our three our three other party members. And so our scouting party is comprised of those seen here. We are going to begin. You guys have, as you approach the great entrance, you can see the remnants of tall, massive stone doors, stone and wooden doors, worked with excellent dwarven architecture that had been battered and bashed in the wood, somewhat old and worn, both by time and fiery destruction that had been wrought upon it. Though it has been years since, if not decades, or perhaps even centuries, you all can already begin to feel the unease of undeath begin to creep up and over you. The light from the morning sun is weak as it tries to filter past mountains capped with snow, beyond trees and valleyous regions, to these doors that lie in the shadow of the mountain. As you guys are stepping forward beyond these great doors, your caravan awaiting behind you, safe distance away. It is dark. The light that spills beyond the doorways is dim at best, and from there you can see broken barricades and spears, stone spikes, and shattered bodies that lay strewn about. Some massive, giant-like, some small, dwarven size or smaller. Bones of beast and humanoid mingle. In some places, it's difficult to tell one from the other. Great stone columns line this massive entry hall, and the floor worked in polished stone. Or at least it once was. The chars of fire, sparks of magic, the arcane remnants, all evidenced before you. Who is up front? Okay. Light. Who needs light? Who has light?
Yeah, I don't think we need it.
I don't think the Genasi has dark vision.
Yeah, I do not have dark vision.
So we need it.
No, I can also just have a fire hand lantern myself. I don't have to cast anything. It is just a thing.
Okay. So it gives you
So
10.
I have my own light. Yeah.
gives you 10 feet of bright light and 10 feet of dim light beyond that. So, not a ton of light. You won't be able to see terribly far.
Just fine.
I'll hook arms with her because I can see.
Okay.
I'll be her seeing eye, Eladrin.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing Eilidrin.
Shit. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we should have come to expect this.
I have to go.
I'm invited here. Shut up.
My mom says that my dryer needs to get fixed.
Your mom
That's
says you have to
very
stay
specific.
and have an adventure.
Yes.
So we've got Clever Stitch, Talroth Oakenblade up front, Fable and Saride in the middle with Treasure bringing up the rear. Is that, yes, that looks like
Sounds about right.
what it is.
That sounds traditional for us.
Sure.
Before we go in, though, since as we're still getting ready to just get in there,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take the archer's shield that I have, the one that I picked up from the Centaur tribes.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Stitch.
Hmm.
I'm gonna toss him the shield. That might actually come in handy for you tonight. I mean, I'm gonna be running around in the shadows all up in there, so that'll probably slow me down a bit. That might be good for you tonight.
All right, thank you. While Matthew frantically looks what this is.
It's a shield you can use with a longer short bow, but it otherwise renders that hand pretty useless, and it takes an action to don and doff it, because it locks your arm out almost straight, and you have to like strap it in basically. So to take it off in combat is a pain.
Sure,
but
I will.
But you just shoot
gladly.
stuff anyway, so.
Exactly.
I was about to say, unless he's actively having to climb things one-handed and panic, that's probably a very useful thing for him.
Yeah,
Then
absolutely.
I will equip that. Thank you very much.
Okay. Clever Stitch taking the time to hack on his new shield, his new shield.
Yeah, I'll show him where the buckles and the straps are, just explaining it. Yeah, trying to see if I'm trying to get those and to make me one that's a little more apt for what I do.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Right, down to hell now, yeah?
Yeah, I think that's our only option, really.
Okay.
Let's get going.
So, you guys begin to step into this dangerous hallway. Great hall is a better word for what you're looking at. You can tell it's sort of this big entry chamber. You can see the columns packed in there. What are your passive perceptions, please?
Well,
11.
18.
18.
11.
11. Okay. The bodies here are plentiful. They're mostly bone. Not a lot of meat left on these in particular. I would like you guys to make... Are you just ignoring the bones as you're entering through here? Or are you trying to pick through the bodies? How quickly are you just trying to get to the other side?
let's at least look at them.
I'd like to see what we're up against if this is a Indiana Jones situation where we can look and go, ah, there's traps in this wall. Look how they died. Like, that's very helpful information.
And I would like to see if,
Healing
if
potions and
it's-
weapons.
well, but if it's piles of bones or if it's like skeletons.
Lord. Like if they
Because-
fell here organically or if they were put here.
Yeah, or,
Or
like
if it's like a refuse
something's-
pile. If it's a
Yeah.
used wing pile.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like if there's some giant animal in here that's chomping on people and then throwing the carcasses in the trash pile.
Like it's
Or
Wing
if
Wednesday for them and they're just going to town.
Yeah, or if it's like somebody got murdered here, fell here, and their body has lied here since they were killed.
So as you guys look around, you can see that it's a little bit of a mix of both. It looks like there is a couple of body piles, bone piles that are near, actually pretty close, much closer towards like the entrance. Okay, we'll say you guys have come in at least like 10, 15 feet, just so you can, cautiously, of course, but enough that you can kind of look around. You can see the barricades. Most of these bones are dropped, looking like where they've died. Make me investigation checks. Now here's the thing. If you're gonna just investigate, like try to devise what happened without getting close and looking at stuff or moving anything, it's at disadvantage. But if you don't mind rummaging, it's a normal
We'll touch stuff.
Yeah, if you're touching stuff, the normal investigation stuff check.
I'll just like kind of like a cursory glance, but I'm gonna be more focused on checking for traps, seeing if anybody's hidden there.
Okay.
So would that still be investigation or
I'll
perception?
still take investigation on that. Perception is with your 18 is if something's trying to stealth up on you, they'll roll against that. So I'll still take investigation.
So I moved things around, so I rolled it just flat.
Mm-hmm.
Natural 20 for a 22.
Okay, awesome.
Ella, I also move things around and it's a 13.
Right.
Keeping my pretty butt planted, so at disadvantage, it's an 11.
Okay.
More focused on checking for traps, so 18.
Okay.
And I'm checking less for traps or what exactly happened here. I'm trying to see if there's any creatures that we can, like any areas where we can immediately see creatures might be hiding, including looking up, because, okay, we've run into a little too much of that for me to be comfortable.
Sure, absolutely.
So would I roll flat or disadvantage for looking for, like, areas like that?
I'll give it to you flat. Go for it.
Okay. $13.
Okay. So as you guys look around, well, I'll do the bottom two first because they're specific. Let's go with that. So animal-wise, the most you see in here that's sort of moving around, Kez, is a couple of like small rats. Not enough to be a swarm or dangerous. They do not seem hostile. They are scared of you, and anywhere that the little fire hand perhaps twinkles, they're like, nope, we know what that's about. We're not sticking around for it, right? And maybe a couple of like crows, because it's a very big door. You know what I mean? And so we're talking mostly carrion scavengers, and there's not much for them to necessarily scavenge, but animals be animals. So, you know what I mean? And that's about the most movement or danger that you're seeing anywhere. Talroth, as you're looking around, you can see where there were originally some like pitfall traps and some spike traps, most of which they look to have been triggered, and most of which seem to be set on within about 30 feet of the main entrance. And some of those are like stone spike or iron spikes that drop from the ceiling to destroy and kill larger prey. And you can see the evidence of their successes and failures sort of scattered around. It looks like when these doors got breached, the first wave of people coming through were sort of taken by surprise and absolutely, blasted by these falling things. But a lot of those spikes and things were also seemingly like picked up and used by giants as weapons, or hurled out of the way and to the sides. So you can see them kind of scattered about. Looks like there's probably one that's still active, and it's got about like a 10-foot kind of trigger underneath it. But the fact that there are bodies like on it, or where you anticipate that trigger to be, tells you that you suspect that particular trap was faulty for whatever reason. But I will also let you know that it looks like some of these traps weren't triggered in the initial battle, but were triggered by people that had come through scavenging afterwards, because the corpses look different. Right? Which brings us over to my first three. And I'm gonna focus on Clever Stitch with the natural 20. With the 11 and the 13, you guys are picking up some of this, but a lot of these corpses have been picked over, either by time or treasure hunters / raiders, and you can see the different types of corpses that are here. There are a few that have. It looks like the initial battle was long enough ago that there's no skin left, right? Those.
Gross.
But there are no like zombies in this particular chamber. Nothing preserved like that. But there's a few newer corpses that are probably in the last 50 years. They probably still have some skin or a little bit of flesh on them. Looks like some of the bones have been piled, less by like being chewed on by a creature or an animal, and more like people came in to raid it and started like organizing things, started pushing things in piles and
Had to get stuff out of the way.
yeah, exactly. It's sort of industrial in its naturing and stylings. Although there are deeper in you go, you can see glints of armor and weapons still unrated in this initial chamber. And I say you guys have moved in about 15-20 feet at this point, very cautiously, seeing what you have. What would you guys like to do next?
Can we see if any of the weapons are like useful and worth taking?
Yeah, you guys
Just in case?
Yeah, you guys can press in a little deeper. As you guys begin to continue to enter, you can't see the walls. You can't see the edge of the room. Your dark vision only extends 60 feet. It's a big room. Is the point, right? So you guys begin to come in from where you're at now. The edge of your vision and probably the edge of like the door light, so about 80 feet into this room, is where you start to see glints of metal and things that haven't been scavenged over. So, are you guys moving quietly as you move in here, or are you just
Yes.
tromping along? All right, let's do the stealth check.
Let's go quiet. Ooh, 14.
Yeah, that's not great for you. 17.
18.
27.
14, which is okay for treasure. It's pretty good.
I like it.
Considering how clanky and hoofy she is, that's very good for treasure. You know, the old clank and hoof.
The old clinkin' hoof.
It just sounded like a thing that needed to be said. I'm not sure quite what it is, but that's now how I'm describing treasure just moving through a room. She's clanking hoofing through the room. It just sounds like a circusism. Or an Irishism.
Who could argue with Clankenhoof,
Maybe
right?
both.
Yeah, both of them. As you guys are making your way in, the echoes of the hall are unsettling, slightly uncomfortable, perhaps. You continue in 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 feet, 90 feet. You're beginning to see the weapons are mostly old. There are some stainless steel ones that seem to have survived much of their deterioration. Most of the wooden halves of like clubs and axes are probably not terribly useful at this point. I will say you guys do spot a couple of the things that are on some of the bodies, like bracers, belts, ornamental pieces that looks like individually they're probably worth some gold pieces, 25, 50 at a piece. If you want to start sifting through those, you absolutely can.
Sure, fuck it. Hell yeah, why not?
Okay.
I'm gonna start shoving shit in this haversack.
I was about to say, we're already, you know what? In for a penny, in for a pound. We have committed to searching through stuff here, just in case.
Cool.
While they're looking, Sarai would like to keep like better eyes on
Okay.
where they're going, where they've come from, fucking everything.
Where
Okay.
did we come from and where did we go?
As
She's doing the Cotton Eye Joe.
yeah. Those of you that are looking for stuff to salvage, make me another round of investigation checks. Those of you that are keeping an extra sharp eye for danger and or predators, you can make me perception checks with your passive as a floor.
Good, my investigation is 1 point higher than my perception, so I'm glad I'm choosing to search through things.
Modified 20 for the perception.
5.
Dirty 20 for perception.
21 for perception.
18 for investigation. Let's loot some bodies.
Okay. Clever Stitch, where yours was investigation?
Yes, it was investigation
okay.
for the bodies.
Just making sure. Okay. So, Treasure and Fable. You guys search through Fable. You're going to find a, you're going to find a large sort of dwarven style belt inlaid with looks like some semi-precious gems. The whole thing's probably worth 50 gold pieces just in materials and gems.
Listen, I rolled a 5. It's not going to be magical.
Yeah. Treasure, as you're gonna end up collecting, I'm gonna say about 4 pieces. They're mostly armor pieces, sort of the accents of like ornamental pieces. You can see where some of these dwarves were wearing maybe leathers or studs or their breastplates have been cleaved in, right, with massive things. Like the armor itself is useless, but you're picking up like glove trims off of the bracers, some what are they? Some pauldrons are on the shoulders. Sure, pauldrons too. Greaves, the sort of overlays on the feet and things like that. You're gonna get 4 such pieces. Each of those probably worth about 50 gold pieces in materials and gems. If you guys were to find an interested historian or artifacts buyer, might be worth more. These things. Clever Stitch, you're gonna find about 3 such similar pieces as you're going, but one thing a little, probably another 10 feet in, a little deeper, does sort of catch your eye. There is around a central dwarven figure. As you're looking there, looks like he had probably like an honor guard Their armor is very much looks like they got sort of like tin canned in, like they were killed with prejudice. But among those pieces, as you're sifting through and grabbing some things, the bones shifting and clanging, you see there is on a belt a key. Dwarven make solid iron, like sturdy, not doesn't look like the key, not like the black iron key that the awful had you pick up, but like just a good old fashioned sturdy dwarven key, right? Like and it's pretty big. Like you're kind of looking at it and you're like, that might be a mace. I might be able to sort of keyblade this. Like I might just hold it from one end and bludgeon somebody with it, right? Like it,
Well, Matthew's set.
yeah.
I can retire now. I've done it. We finished it off.
One D&D, and it was advanced.
Listen, none of us have ever really decided quite this character is done forever, I have to leave. There's always the possibility of bringing them back into the game later, but I feel like you could just yeet him and be like, nah, fuck it, like, done. Please don't.
So as you go up to grab the piece, and you're sort of shifting through, it's hooked on a ring on the belt, and you're there, and one of the skeletal hands reaches over and grabs your wrist as suddenly this loud clacking of bones begins to echo throughout the chamber, and rising up are what seems to be an army of dwarven skeletons all around you guys. Let us look for
Yes.
initiative, please. Three kings. We three kings are fighting the tomb. Doom, doom, doom in the tomb.
Is Saride or the bone jangles gonna go first?
Saride
Bone
is.
jangles.
Yeah, bone jangles.
Bone
damn it.
jangles.
I'm angry. Cody, switch to fighting music while they're having this actual fight in real life. Score this. Forget the combat. Score Megan and Matthew's pun battle.
I said a fight. We're gonna discuss it on the car ride home.
Oh no, ominous.
Matthew, can I talk to you in the kitchen real quick?
Not the kitchen. Not the kitchen. Anywhere but the kitchen.
Panic.
Get the spray bottle.
This is why you have an open floor plan, kids, is so that everyone can hear when you're scolding someone in the other room. It's for safety. It's really for witnesses. Get yourself an open floor plan. GTV has been trying to tell us for years.
Truly. Up first is Talroth, by the way.
Talroth.
Okay, so
To let you guys know, due to their vast numbers and minimal challenging, we're going to be implementing some horde rules for fighting skeletons. So what that means is that I'm going to treat them as a one large sack of hit points, and as you tick off hit points on them, skeletons will drop even if it overflows. So you can basically kind of cleave through them as you go, right? The other thing that I will note to you is they will attack as groups. So they'll get some bonuses to attack and damage, but it also saves me from making a bunch of attack rolls. And we may do some dex saves if they do like ranged attacks. It'll be more like a volley of arrows than like a individual shot. Because
Yeah, cool.
yeah, to challenge you guys, I think I have to have 50 of these things. So
And ironically, the new combat rules you were talking about criticals won't apply to these things, probably, because they're a whole horde. It's not like we can be like, that one skeleton is gonna have a disadvantage on eye stuff.
Yeah, no,
He's dead. So, like, we talked a lot about it, it's not even gonna happen in this fight.
Also, I just want to say real quick, this doesn't need to be a challenge, it's a warm-up. You know what I'm saying? When you're getting the muscles prepped, you don't really want to push too hard. So this doesn't need to be challenging. We don't need 50.
All right.
Yeah, agreed.
Talroth, you are up. What are you up to?
It's my birthday.
Since I was keeping an eye out, just seeing if anything was going to pop up on us, would I have been able to see Stitch getting the key and the thing coming up on him?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, if he picked up the key and they came up after him, it's like, you know what? I'm going to haul ass over and just swing at whatever's grabbing at him.
Okay. Yeah, go for it. Make your attack roll.
That's a 16.
That'll hit. Yeah. Armor class on the skeletons is 13.
All right, and at least for my own sake for this, would I be able to get sneak attack on them or no?
Absolutely. Yeah. You can sneak attack undead in this edition. Go for it.
They're focusing on dragging Matthew into the depths of hell. They're not looking at you.
That key is a threatening weapon, so I'm giving it to you.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure, since you said this was like a horde, I'm like,
yeah, I'll give it to you.
Make sure.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, so that's going to be 10 damage with the House of Rain Sword. Another 10 damage for sneak attack.
Okay, absolutely. So, as you come rushing up, your blade cleaves through the hand of the skeleton, catching one of them. The skeleton that was rising up on Clever Stitch shatters, clattering back to the ground. The one that the end of your blade cuts through remains standing, although pieces of it have begun to break away. One down. You have a bonus action if you would like to make a follow-up attack or do whatever you would like with it.
So how far away would Stitch and I be from everyone else? Or are we
I'm gonna say like 15 feet, maybe 20 at most. You guys you didn't like go super far. You know, I will say that there do seem to be some skeletons like in between, starting to rise up in between you and the rest of the group, just because the bones were so prolific everywhere. But you are not physically far from them.
All right, and I'll just take a swipe at the next one with an offhand.
Yeah, go for it.
That's a 14.
Hits.
And that's only going to be 5 damage, not 10.
5 damage. Okay. So with that 5, the second skeleton drops to the floor. Its bones breaking on the way down. You can tell some of the damage of these skeletons has been done before. It looks like some over time they sometimes reform, but some of them are just battered and broken. Up next is Saride.
Yes.
She's going to play on our little Citurn and cast Bark Skin on herself.
Okay.
And that's it.
Power chord for the bark skin. I like it.
Yeah, she's just, because it's dwarves, right? It's
Yeah.
Dwarven. She's just playing the Song of the Lonely Mountain.
Yeah.
Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
Misty Mountain. Sorry. Sure there's a copyright involved there. Dwarves. Dwarves are up next. Let's do it. So there's enough of them that there are 5 of you. 9 dwarves can attack a single person at a time. So the horde comes rushing in. I'm going to make 1 attack against each of you and give them a +9 top their normal bonus to hit, and then +9 damage. That's the way I sort of run my horde, right? Oh, excuse me, +8, because you're the center button of the keypad, basically. Clever Stitch. That is going to be a 20 total to hit.
Barely does it, but
Barely
yes.
does it. Fable. That is a
Nope, never mind. I didn't do it.
27.
That definitely hits. No, I was going to say, it is assumed that I cast Mage Armor on myself at the beginning of every day. It's already in my armor class, but I didn't have time to cast, and I didn't say I casted Mantle Flame. So, but yeah, that definitely hits either way.
So Ride, that's going to be a 25, 25, or 23 to
It's
hit
a 20, it
Talroth.
doesn't matter.
To hit Talroth, and a
Starts with a 2. It's going to hit.
and a 29. Yeah, you all get hit. Apologies.
It's all good.
No, it's not.
Man, it's fine for now.
Everybody's going to take 12 points of piercing damage. Okay. And then yes.
Yeah, so I still had 8 temp hit points from last game. Would those still be there, or are those gone by now?
I think it's a different day.
I had the same issue.
It is?
Yeah, different day.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, we hell had to sleep. None of us had anything left after that last stuff.
I thought this was the same day. I thought that's why we bypassed the trolls.
That
Well,
took a longer time. Yeah.
Yeah.
It gave us an extra day. We took
Oh,
it.
fuck.
Yeah, so we've had a long rest.
Let me reset my life then. Okay.
Please, God, yes, do that.
Cool. Tight. All right. And yeah, Cody fucked me up. It's fine.
You're welcome. Clever Stitch and Talroth, I'd like you guys to make dexterity saving throws, please.
Oh, I forgot to mention, I am going to uncanny dodge, so it's 6 instead of 12.
Sounds good.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
And dexterity save, you said?
Dexterity save. Yep.
14.
Okay. DC is 16. So you're going to take... That is 10 points of piercing damage, so 5 to Clever Stitch and 10 to Talroth. Oh, you took Ranger, Talroth, didn't you? You don't have evasion.
No, I do have evasion.
Oh, you do? All right. So 5 to
Yep.
you. There you go. Up next,
Fable.
Fable.
Good. For the first, nope, I'll use that next turn. Currently, bonus action, Mantle of Flame. I remembered. Good already. No, that's a lie. I'm not going to waste it on this fight. Because, as you said, if this is a warm-up and it's just the skeletons, it's only once per long rest, so I want to save it for if we run into a boss later who's gonna fuck me up.
Having seen your Mantle of Flame, I'm going to, and the way the new subclasses are mostly written, and since Phoenix Soul Sorcerer didn't make
Is weird,
didn't make the cut, I'm going to say you can use it a number of times per day equal to your proficiency bonus, because that is in Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. That's a lot of the like determining.
Will you marry me?
I already planned on it, but sure.
Good,
let's go.
amazing! I am so happy right now! Oh my god! I think I can only do it once per. Now I'm not finding it anywhere.
Well, now you can do it 3 times.
But I'm gonna do it 3 times. It may have just been in general, but I thought it was a rest-related thing. I'm gonna look it up. But either way, good. I cast it.
It's such an integral part of that subclass. Like, if you don't have Mantle of Flame on, you're not a Phoenix Soul Sorcerer. So it seems silly to not be able to do it frequently enough.
I'm gonna really fast find out if I was doing that wrong. It may just be at will as many times as I want. However, I will let you know. But either way, I do cast it right now. Never mind. It says literally nothing about only being able to do it. So I was wrong. We just usually only have the one big fight a game. So thank you for the 3, but I'm gonna continue to do it as often as I want. So, Mantle of Flame, bonus action. Sorry for that derailment, fam. And then I'm going to fuck many of them up, please. I'd like to hit them very hard.
Mm-hmm.
Here, I thought I was being mature and responsible for being like, I'm gonna save my spells. I would like... How many of them are there around us currently?
More than you can see past.
Amazing. So, I would like to get as many of them in a line as possible.
You look
Just
through. You look through the bones, and there are many beyond them.
Good. A line. I'm going to cast it first and see if it hits. Come on. Cast. Do it. Okay. Am I rolling to hit? I'm not rolling to hit. I'm gonna need all of your skeletons in a 30-foot line to make a dex save.
Okay.
Please.
Yep. So that's 6 dex saves.
Yeah.
One is a natural 20.
Fuck that guy.
Oh, skeletons have a dex bonus? I misread that.
Well, they're all bone. I feel like they could move a little more flexibly.
Yeah, so 22, 21, 20, 16, 13, and 8. So 13 and 8 definitely fail.
2 of them fail. Yeah, 14
Yeah.
is my dex. But, so this is Agonzar's Scorcher. I have never used it.
Yep.
A line of roaring flame 30 feet long and 5 feet wide emanates from you in a direction you choose. I'm gonna choose not to hit my friends. Each creature in the line must make a dexterity saving throw. A creature takes 3d8 fire damage on a failed save or half as much on a successful one.
All right, roll me some 3d8.
I'm just casting it at 2nd level. Yeah, I'm rolling it on the thing. Because fast math. That is an 8, a 4, and a 2, so 14 plus my charisma. 15, 16, 17 plus my feet. 17.
It would be if you rolled a 1, you would turn it
I could roll a 2, that's correct. And they ignore any resistance if they happen to have it. So that should be 17 points of lay damage.
Okay.
Because I get it equal to my charisma modifier anytime I roll fire damage. Done.
So...
18 because I have the Wand of the War Mage. It doesn't calculate it in, and I always forget that I have it.
I think that's against... Isn't that against single targets?
Wand of the War Mage is, you get a +1 to bonus... Oh, just attack rolls. Never mind.
Yeah.
I ignore half cover when I make a spell attack.
Yep.
So I don't feel dumb anymore then,
You're
because
good.
I've never needed to put it on.
Okay. So that is... 72 total points of damage. And so that is going to be...
Just the whole path I have carved us.
Yeah, I
I'm hoping.
mean...
Like, I found us a hole! I made us a hole!
Yeah, just a huge chunk of skeletons drop down to the floor. I'm gonna say, I don't know, like 5 of them just burn down. There's bones crumpling onto the ground. Who's next?
That would be me. Okay, so I want to bonk things with this key.
Okay.
It's much smarter for me to drop it and fucking shoot things.
Do it. Bonk 'em.
So I will take this first round to ineffectually bonk.
All right.
And then
Ineffectually
once I've
bonk.
seen that it is ineffectual, I will probably drop the key.
Okay.
And, you know. So, any chance this could be a finesse?
It's not a finesse weapon. I'm sorry. I want for your
Really?
sake for it to be, but there's
Okay.
it's just not.
Is it going to be considered a fake weapon? I can't think of the correct word for that.
Improvised?
Improvised.
No.
There you go.
I'm looking up club stats right now. It's at
Is it a
least,
yes and weapon?
It's going to be let's make it a morning star.
Okay, cool. So
So it's a D8. No,
Gotcha.
that's piercing. That's dumb.
It can just be D8 bludgeoning.
Yeah, it's a D8 bludgeoning versatile key. That's what it is. D8 or D10 bludgeoning versatile key. You can't
So
wield it with the D10 because you have the shield on. But
Sure. So,
you
so
want
I
to
rolled-
action surge to
I-
take that shield off now, don't you?
No, I don't.
Okay.
It's gonna take a minute. But I rolled like my claws because it's the same bonus.
Sure.
So I nat 20'd.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you get max damage and roll a D8 to go on top of it. These guys aren't gonna suffer from our our critical conditions that we had talked about earlier. I'm just giving you guys bonus damage on these.
Stitch's title is the Keymaster.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's going to be 13 damage total. It's
Okay.
very piss poor damage in comparison to like what I normally do. But you know what? I'll fucking take it.
Yeah, that's
And I
a
will-
skeleton right there.
Hell
13,
yeah, I
13
will
damage is a
attack
whole
again.
skeleton. Yeah, do it.
Lit. That's a modified 20.
That hits.
2 damage on that one.
2 damage.
I love Kingdom Hearts.
Listen, never mind. Nope.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
guys
for
are 2 more. One zombie goes down. One of them takes it in the head. The helmet sort of falls off, and it makes clicking noises at you with its teeth.
Gross.
Yep. I
Gross.
believe that Lee Treasure, you're the only person left. Am I not mistaken?
Yep.
Let's do
All
it.
the way ahead to 2.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and wind up, and she's just going to try to swath through what she can of these guys and
Absolutely.
help cut some of this path.
Start carving.
I have 2 attacks. One's a 19, which for me is a crit,
Yep.
and the other is a dirty 20.
Still hits. So roll me crit damage plus dice, and then just the normal dice damage on the second one.
Okay, I do not roll ones, so let me roll that again.
There you go.
So that's going to be 7 plus 12 plus 5.
So 24.
That's the crit.
Great.
And the normal dice damage will be max damage as well. So it's 6, 6, and 5.
17.
Mm-hmm.
That is, so the critical comes sweeping through your massive greatsword, carves 2 skeletons in half, rib cages go flying out across the way. You take a step forward and cleave through another one. That is, yeah, you guys are down to, wrong numbers. Yeah, you just took out 3.5 skeletons right there. So, next round. Skellies are on a 4 with
Me too.
with a +2 dex.
Fuck off. Oh, me too.
All right, you go first. They're
Okay,
a
thanks.
horde. I don't mind. Go for it. Who's up first? Clever Stitch, with the key in hand.
Thank you for stalling. He will continue to bonk because it was effectual.
It was an effectual.
Effective last turn.
Yeah, an effective bonk. I love it.
Hey, he will stop bonking because that was yeah. That was a 7, so an 11 total. So that one missed.
Oh,
so
that one missed.
And there are too many skeletons, so he will drop it
Oh,
and then pull out his bow. And then is drawing a weapon an action or a bonus action? Oh, a bug live on
yeah,
camera.
on camera, bug live. 200 gold. So Saride looks over and sees a brilliant necklace of gold, worth 200 gold pieces on one of the dwarven skeletons. Wyatt
So right,
wore
we're busy. Woo!
Wyatt wore its wrapper chain into. I'm talking like one of those big thick ropes, not like an 80s 90s wrapper,
Ooh.
chain of gold. Yeah.
Stop. My
Absolutely.
Heart. Yes.
But
I don't
more-
think I have the
love
strength
that.
to wear it, but okay.
No, strength or the constitution, really.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, what is it to draw a weapon?
I know with a
always
melee weapon, you can draw a weapon and make an attack in the same action.
I mean, I'll action surge if I'm allowed to draw my weapon since
I'll give it to you as a bonus action.
Okay, perfect. So I'll draw it as a bonus action.
Thank you.
And then thank you.
Yes.
You
Oh,
did it.
that's bonus. Thank you.
Amazing.
And so then I will action surge.
Oh
to
wait,
be able
hold
to attack
on,
again.
Clever Stitch. Hold on. Before you do that, because I actually just remembered something. Because none of you use bludgeoning weapons. You did. The key is a bludgeoning weapon. They're vulnerable to bludgeoning, so you
I
would have
lied.
dealt.
I continue bonking.
You would have dealt
If I
double damage. Do you remember what you dealt last turn?
I did. The first one was a crit, and it did 13 damage, and then the second one.
It should be in
did
the
2
log.
damage. No,
Yeah.
because I don't have.
That's fine. So
D8 set up.
I got you. Another 13, and then another 2. Yeah. So it's up to you. You don't have to
Oh
continue
yeah, I
bonking.
will continue bonking them because it is effective. So fuck it. That's a modified 20.
Nice.
3 damage,
So 6.
and then I will action surge
Okay.
and attack it 2 more times. Is that an 18?
That'll hit.
7 damage,
Double to 14.
and then a 10. So that one's a miss.
But that one's a miss. So Clever Stitch, thinking about shooting, looking at the. So the key has like a little spike here at the end, and then the teeth of the key, right? Teeth form like a hand guard on it, and then up here is like the big square. So this is the part that actually goes in the lock, and then it's turned with like the big square head, and just bashing through them, bones shattering and cracking as he goes. Who's the next? Saride.
Yes, next it's a ride.
Saride grabs her gold chain.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Obvious.
Shit. So I'm going to bonus action Mantle of Inspiration,
Okay.
8 temp hit points. You guys can move if you want to. You can leave your friends behind.
Yes. Oh wait, we get an attack of opportunity though, right?
I will say you guys are.
Oh no, you don't.
So not for this, but the skeletons are so thick around you, it's going to be difficult terrain. So you're going to be moving at half speed. Normally you can't move through an enemy's space, but since we're doing like horde rules, I'll let you move as difficult terrain.
I'm just gonna hang out where I'm at.
Okay. I mean, you guys can kind of group up if you want. If you want to use your reactions to do that, you do not have to.
And then, why not? As an action, she'll cast Fey Aspect, Haunted,
Okay.
to make herself look like, evil Galadriel, essentially.
Yes.
To try to outscare the Skellies, because that's not a thing, but I don't have much else, so.
Okay. What do they make a save?
Oh no, it doesn't actually do shit. I double my charisma bonus on intimidation checks. That's it.
Oh.
So it will do shit. Short.
But I no, it's just me. I just look super scary, and I didn't know, for like flavor purposes, I didn't know if, like, can I make an intimidation check and tell him to like get the fuck out? Like, I can't really do anything.
Sure.
Because that's my action, bonus action. So
I'll let you do a I'll let you make an intimidation check with it. Only if you give me your best Galadriel impression when you do it.
well, let me see how I roll first.
Terrified already.
Honestly.
Yeah, so it's an 18.
An 18. Okay. Roll some wisdom saves here. God. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say that the. I'm gonna say that 4 of the skeletons that were going to attack you this turn actually back away a little bit, so you're only gonna get attacked with the +4 on the group this turn. Okay. Who's next?
Up next is Talroth.
Talroth.
All right. Yeah, last verse, same as the first. Gonna take a couple swipes at him.
Okay.
Although, yeah, no, I'm actually gonna stand my ground on this one. So I'm gonna use a bonus action to steady aim.
Okay.
Gets me advantage on the next attack, and just try to cut as many heads off as I can.
Cool. Let's do it. What is steady aim from?
Steady aim is from Tasha's.
Oh, cool.
It was the new rogue optional feature.
Awesome. Do it.
Yep. Bonus action to get advantage on the next attack, but my movement goes to 0 for this turn.
Okay.
Ah.
And the dice roller teased me with that 20, and then just no. But it's 26 to hit.
Still hits. Roll some damage with the sneak attack.
That's a total 20 damage.
20 damage. The blade of House Ilrain shatters 2 more skeletons as it comes carving through the steady aim of Talroth, keeping his eyes focused. Who's up next?
Up next is Treasure.
Treasure.
Now, I've seen that Stitch is bonking something, and it's kind of working a little better than me slashing something.
Sure.
So I'm going to use my Tavern Brawler feat
Okay.
and turn my greatsword around so I'm hitting it. I'm holding the greatsword by the blade and hitting it with the back end.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, with the
An
greave.
entire queen.
No, with the greaves, you utilize that often published and somewhat counterintuitive medieval dueling picture of them grabbing the sword by the blade and bashing with the crossguard and the heavy handle. So yeah, Tavern Brawler lets you use that as an improvised weapon, so it'll be bludgeoning. Go for it.
To be fair, mace form greatsword is one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah,
It is
I
so
actually
fun.
know how to do it.
that's very cool.
Amazing. Meanwhile, I'm looking at my really, really curated spell set and going, I have nothing that bludgeons.
18 to hit.
Yeah,
On the first
definitely.
hit? And a 19 to hit on the second hit, so that's a crit for me.
Sounds good. So, let's the first one. Your bludgeoning is what, a D4? For the improvised. I know Tavern Brawler got updated, so.
Let me see, because I believe it should have it on my D&D Beyond. It doesn't say. When you hit a creature with an unarmed strike or an improvised weapon, I guess it would be up to the DM discretion of what the improvised weapon would do.
D4. I'll give it to you as a. I'll give it to you as a D6, because it's a sword. Your unarmed strike does a D4. So half as big as the weapon is essentially what I'm doing for you. So 1d6 plus
I
strength.
rolled a 3. Plus my strength would make it an 8. So that's the non-crit one.
Yep. Okay. So nice big bash comes swinging through with that one. And then it is going to be full 6 plus your 5, 11, plus a roll of the d6.
And that was a 6.
So that is 18, 17 up to 34 because of vulnerability to bludgeoning. It just doubles all of it. Yeah. Just bashes through them. That's 3 more skeletons. Treasure is just like a reaper with a scythe collecting wheat, just carving through the skeletons. And yet, go ahead.
Let's action search. May as well.
Let's do it.
Against the endless horde, a good idea. I don't want to keep wasting spells on this because I can't just hit them. I have to spell at them.
So, dirty 20 for the first one.
Okay, definitely hits.
And for the second one, 24.
24, yeah.
The first one's going to be a total of 8.
Double to 16.
Second one's going to be a 6.
Double to 12. Okay.
Plus your
Oh,
strength.
plus the 5. Yeah, sorry. So that would be 11 to 22.
Got it. More. Okay. Yeah, the I keep wanting to call them zombies. They're not zombies. They're skeletons.
Thank you.
The skeleton horde is nearing half its strength at this point.
Nice.
Fable.
Next up
Yeah,
is
well, I'm
Fable,
ready.
And then the Skellies.
Fucking ready. So my last turn, I blasted a 5-foot path through them.
Mm-hmm.
And they have not moved yet since then. So, because they went before me and now they're going after me.
Okay.
I would like to run into that 5-foot
Okay.
pod. I'm gonna do my favorite thing. I'm gonna run at least 15 feet in away from my friends.
Mm-hmm.
And then, being surrounded as I am by many, many enemies, I'm going to cast Thunder Wave.
Okay.
Because it's my favorite toy.
It is.
Ah! So, and I'm not gonna burn the thing to make it fire damage. I'm just gonna let it be thunder damage. It's fine. Maybe their bones will fall apart. I need all of them to make a con save, please.
Okay. What is the area of effect on Thunder?
15-foot cube originating from me, so should be able to get a chunk in
Yeah.
all directions.
A 15-foot cube
Yeah.
is 9.
Amazing, I'm fine with this. I got 6 last time, let's go.
Okay. What type of save is it? Constitution?
On.
Okay.
14 is the DC.
14 is the DC. That's 1, 2. I need these 3 more. Bam. You guys are
no.
lucky I'm not actually rolling all the d20s against you because I am natural 20, natural 18, natural 17, natural 20, and then the 12, 13, and 14 plus 2. 2 fail, 7 succeed.
I'll let you do that math, it's fine.
That's
but,
fine.
Okay, the ones who, the couple of them who failed are pushed away from me, which is really the goal was move.
Sure.
But, you know, fuck them. Either way, we're gonna cast some thunder damage. It's fine, I was just casting this at the base first level.
Cool.
2d8, 8 and 4, 12 damage.
12 damage, so that is going to be 6 times 7, which is 42. And then minus 24. for the 2 that failed. Yeah, I mean that shatters another 4 or 5 skeletons. That's the thing.
I like the visual.
The overflow damage in the horde.
I figured
rules.
it would kill several
Yeah,
of them, but
it does.
I like the visual of stand just for someone who can't see maybe what's happening. Suddenly a shattering of bones, like
Yeah.
that's where she went.
They
Okay.
go flying and scattering up into the air. Another 5 skeletons come bursting down. Skeleton's turn. So.
Nope. That was just my one. I am going to bonus action, do a sorcery point thing.
Okay.
And I'm going to really quickly, currently I'm going to use my bonus action to convert sorcery points back into a spell slot, just so that if I need it later, because I don't have an attack or anything, I'm just letting you know that I'm doing it. Carry on.
Thank you for letting
A bonus action.
know. All right. So, skeletons. 23 of them left. See, how many of you are there? They can't swarm you to the same extent that they could previously. They're going to continue to attack Clever Stitch at full force because he has the bonking key. The key of bonking. They're going to come swarming back in on Fable at full force because she has shattered them. So let's do those first. So that's 8, 16, and then I will have another 7 to play with.
All of them are going to take 3 fire damage the minute they hit me.
That's fine. Clever Stitch. That is going to be 20 to hit and 18 to hit Fable. So I believe both of those hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And you guys are going to take 16 points of bludgeoning damage each.
And yeah, don't forget to damage them in return.
Yes, I am damaging them in return.
Thank you.
Yep. All right. And with the other 7, I'm gonna say they crowd in on Treasure. She's dangerous. They're trying to drag her down as she bashes her way through them. That's going to be a 21 to hit. Treasure, you are going to take 14 points of bludgeoning damage. And that's it for the round. New round. Jack. I think skeletons are back up. I'm tied with Fable.
Yes.
And I'm gonna go because I'm the DM and
It's fine.
I gave it to you last time. I get to do it this
that's okay.
time.
Let's trade off. It's just me and the skellies up there.
Yes.
We're just. I'm singing "Kiss with a Fist" in my head because you hit me once, I hit you back. It's just that.
Sure. Okay.
With the skeletons.
So let's do it. Same people, same attacks. Got to keep it going. Why not? Clever Stitch. That is a modified 20 to hit you.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Is that your armor
Every
class?
time it's been it's a 19 now.
The 19.
But every time it's been a 20 to hit me.
With that, because they have a normal +4, and if there's 8 of them on you, I give them a +8.
Yeah,
So,
which
like,
makes sense.
I mean, you're getting just gang swarmed of them on top of you.
I approve.
Yeah, same thing for Fable. That's going to be a 30 to hit, and then Treasure.
Fuck, bro.
Treasure's 22 to hit. So the 3 of you get hit. They continue to wail away on
take fire.
on the 3 of you and take fire damage.
I need to remind.
Thank you. I am not upset about the reminding. So that is going to be 14 points of bludgeoning damage to all of you. Okay. Fable, you're back up. Yeah, are we just in palindrome order? I hope we are.
Are we?
Close.
Real
Oh.
close.
Actually, almost.
Who's the odd man out?
Almost. Well, it's that technically Tauroth goes before Treasure, even though they're tied, and then Sarai and I are in the wrong.
Cody and I were tied.
It's me. Just say it's me, Matthew. Just nut up and say it's me.
Alternatively, it's me that caused the problem, Megan.
Fable, you're up.
Yeah, we're going. Then, you know, she says just, you know, in Ocean's 13 when they're using the machine and then nobody leaves the building and Brad Pitt goes, hit him harder. So she will. And at second level this time, I'm gonna need those fuckers to make another con save.
Okay.
Okay, well, you didn't back the fuck off.
Sounds good. We'll give you another 9 of these guys. Or 8, because that's the number of dice I picked up. Fail to succeed.
Sometimes the dice get it!
They do?
That's 16.
16. Okay, and 16 times 6.
Push.
Okay. Yeah. A huge wave of thunder damage comes rolling through them. 5 more skeletons come crashing down into the powdery dust that they are. Who's up next? Anything else, Fable?
No, no.
Okay, cool. Who's up next? Talroth?
Next is Talroth, yes.
Talroth.
Oh boy. So I see Fable's getting just swarmed by them, right?
You watch as she gets swarmed, and you watch as she thunder waves. So a wave of just booming energy throws a bunch of them back. They come like swarming on top of her, and then again, just another massive wave of air compressed energy sends them flying back again. 5 more.
I'm good. I could do this all day.
She's given as good as she's getting.
All right. I know I can dodge pretty well, but I don't know if I'm that good. So, yeah, I'm gonna kind of pretty much go side by side with Treasure, and just whatever she misses, I'm just gonna go ahead and cleave it.
Awesome. Let's do it.
2 attacks coming out of me there. That's a 12.
Oh, 12 just misses.
And then a 10.
You slice and stab right in the center mass, right where the heart would be, right where the kidneys and lungs would be, and yet there is no flesh. There is only the space between the skeletal bones. I am so sorry.
Eh.
All right.
And now it's Treasure.
Treasure.
She's gonna, now that she's got Talroth there, she's going to wind up like a big old baseball swing with this backward sword and just start going for heads.
I'm
ducking.
Talroth hits the deck. All right. Roll them.
That is a dirty 19. I have to say it because if not, it could be a crit for her.
Sure.
And another dirty 19.
Okay.
So the first one is 7 points of damage.
Double to 14.
Don't you reroll 2s?
I don't think so in this case because this is an improvised weapon.
Yeah. We'll say no.
And that is a 6 plus 5, so 11.
11, double to 22. Okay. 4 more skeletons, I believe.
And
Yeah.
then it's me.
Okay, you 12 remain.
I'm Bonk. That's a 17 to hit
Yeah, bonking them away.
for 8 damage, double to 16.
Okay.
And then second attack is a nat 20.
That giggle, that evil giggle.
Key him in their face, Matthew.
Yeah. What can I say? I found my calling. So let's see. Oh, I forget that it does it this way. So the first one that it rolled was a 5. So it's 8, 9, 14 total damage for that crit.
Okay, double to 28.
And that's it.
Okay. Clever Stitch carves through 3 more. 9 skeletons remain to ride.
Mantle of Inspiration, 8 temp hit points for everybody. You can move if you want to.
The horde has been dramatically thinned. You guys are now looking around at each other. Some of you breathing a little heavier than the others. You can see the bones scattering across the floor. What you got,
Hold
Sarai?
on, you said there's 12 left?
I think it's down to 12 or 9.
You said 9. It was 12 earlier. It's 9 now.
9 now.
I love you guys. I'm going to cast Magic Missile.
Okay.
Yes!
Whatever's gonna get me 9 hits.
A staple.
So
3rd?
6th level.
Yeah, it would have to be 6.
Is it out of your wand? How many charges does the wand have?
Seven charges.
Okay, so you save 1 charge for next
A
time.
rainy day.
Okay, so 9d4
2.
plus 2. So 18 plus 9, 27. So you gonna roll the d4 just once, or do you want to roll each
I
of
roll
them?
it on D&D Beyond, and it just rolls the one time.
Yeah, because technically that is how the spell is supposed to be.
And I don't have enough D4s. I also, because I am years old now, I don't have the grip strength to pick up D4 dice.
Valid. They're evil.
Okay.
Next
So I
time
would
they
rather just
retire.
roll it on the app.
That's fine. I don't mind. So yeah, that's 27. So that is another 2 skeletons. As the arcane darts leap from the wand, they ping into the skeletons all around Taride and the ones that are left amongst you guys.
Before she casts it, because she keeps it in her hair,
Mhm.
so she does the wow
Yes!
emote so that but she's still, because it's, she still has,
Galadriel Evil up.
Philadriel up, so it looks like it's coming out of her fingers.
Absolutely. All right, last round. My guys are on a 10.
Me too. Stop it.
No, you stop it.
It's my turn.
Who's up first? Fable?
I'm up first with
All
a
right.
king.
Fine.
Let's
Stitch is
do
gonna
it.
kill all of you anyway.
Let's do it.
More bombs.
Bonk 'em!
A 19 to hit
Bonk him so hard.
That'll, yeah,
for
absolutely.
9 damage.
For
Key of bonking.
double to 18.
15 to hit
Yeah,
I'm so happy.
for... Oh, I don't know. That looks like it's... What does D&D Beyond think that is? For 6 damage.
okay. Another
I'm done.
12. Yeah, that's 3 more down. We're down to 5. 5 skeletons.
Ah!
Fable? I think is it who's next?
Yes, it's Fable. And
Me, I wasn't sure. It's like, oh, come on, these little fuckers. How many left?
5.
I'm assuming we're all grouped in at such a point that I can't just cast that again and catch all of them without hitting my friends. So
I don't mind. It's a horde. Yeah.
Then yes, I'm doing that again. What did I fucking tell you?
Okay.
So I am going to just
roll your damage.
Yep. Con save me, please.
I am.
I need this fight to be over.
Success. Fail. 16? Success.
Yeah, 14 is the goal.
And success. 2 fails, 3 successes.
13 points.
13. So. Next. And then 17. So two skeletons remain.
For fucking get him!
All right. 2 skeletons making 2 terrible attacks against Clever Stitch. Natural 19. All right. Clever Stitch. You're going to take 3 points of damage. That's it. Who's
that
next?
That feels right.
Yeah.
Stitch, are you okay?
It's just Talroth.
Let's see if I have better luck this time.
Fingers crossed, Talroth. Bring us home.
The nat 20s tease me again, but it's a 22 and a 26.
That'll hit. Can he roll over 17 damage? Let's find out. Here's the approach.
My sneak attack alone was 21 damage.
And it's
Jesus
good!
Christ.
Absolutely. That is showtime.
8 from the sword, 21 from the sneak attack, and the offhand, another 5.
No, altogether, you got it. That's showtime. The final skeletons come piercing through. Tell us about it.
Okay, after getting annoyed at the last one where he just let the blades go through the rib cage, it's like, oh hell no. No. You ain't get to do that. So somehow he just gets the strength out of nowhere, lifts the skeleton with the swords, and just swings the skeleton into the others, rushes through with them. It's like, if I don't have a bludgeoning weapon, I'm gonna make a bludgeoning weapon, using the motherfucker to beat his motherfucking friends.
There you go. And with that, the bones come scattering down across the floor. We're going to take a short break. We're going to be back at 9:30. It is 9:17, 9:18 right now, so we'll be back in just a moment. But until then, stay tuned. Back, everyone. We are Random Encounter Productions. I'm Cody Stone. With me tonight, we have...
Matthew, and I'm playing Clever Stitch, the Tabaxi Arcane Archer.
Hey, and I'm playing Fable Frost, the Ace Genasi Phoenix Soul Sorcerer.
Megan, I'm playing Soride Landir, the Eladrin Glimmerbard.
Oh, you know, sorry, joking. Hi, this is Miles. I'll be playing Talroth Oakenblade, the Wood Elf Scout.
And I'm Kez, and I'm going to be playing Treasure Nightcrafter, the Tiefling Fighter.
All right. So, you guys have just dispatched a, I'm gonna just say it, the horde of the undead. A whole bunch of skeletons, 50 skeletons to be precise. And you guys are standing there in this great hall, massive as it is. Still can't quite see one of the walls, but you have acquired a few trinkets and baubles, as well as a very righteous looking key.
You said that this was a dwarven key?
Yes.
Can I, now that the carnage is finished, can I try to do a ponder or something as to why the fuck dwarves made a key so big that a fucking tabaxi can wield it like a sledgehammer?
Sure. Yeah. Make a. I guess a history check. It's like history or maybe investigation. I'll take either.
Either way, it's a 10.
You're not really sure. It is definitely dwarven made. There is a lot about this place that looks big for dwarves.
So my working theory is that it took all 50 of those dwarves to pick up the key, insert it, and then maneuver it.
I mean, they're not
pygmies. They're
pygmies.
it's a very different thing, but also you may not be wrong.
I mean, yeah, they're not.
Can I now that I'm done swinging this key and murdering people with it, can I
Done
look
for now.
at it?
Say done for now.
Done for now. Can I look at it?
Sure.
Does it have like writing on it? Not that I can read Dwarvish, but still.
There does seem to be, as you give it an inspection, there does seem to be some dwarven, maybe runes or script, sort of written down the shaft, whatever that portion of the key would be. Nothing on like the teeth blade portion, right? And then there is on the cube at the end of it. There does seem to be some pictography, right? Of some different things. You sort of clean it off for a moment, and you can see on it as you look around the head of it, right? The part that like you could put it on the ground and it would stick straight up. So, if we call the piece with the shaft in it like the one, as we talk through a cube, so the 6 side, right, shows a sort of dwarven pictogram of like a kind of looks like a fortress door, but it also kind of looks like a throne. Like it might be like the high back of a throne chair, right? So it's got like the 2 points sticking up. It's got the arch. You know what I mean? It's a little worn. That's the thing. Is that, I mean,
Sure.
it's super old, and it apparently was used for bashing, to varying degrees. You know.
At least whenever you're a savage, like Clever Stitch is.
At least, right? I mean, not all
Bossy,
the
bougie,
time.
and ratchet.
Exactly. So that is on one side, right? And as you look at like let's say the two, just talk through them, right? There does seem to be there's a helmet piece on it, large bearded, very kind of dwarven, but there's something about it that also seems giant. In similarity, right? In depiction. Okay. On the side next to that is a set of crossed axes, right?
Gotcha.
On the side to the other side of that, there is a great shield, and you can see the echoes of like a shield set behind it, right? And then on the bottom of it, there's like a iron fist, or like a fist gauntlet, sort of punching down towards the rest of the key.
Interesting. Do any of you all speak Dwarvish by any chance?
I can.
I mean, it's probably not important. I was hitting things with a large key.
Yes, you
noticed.
were.
And it has Dwarvish on it, I think.
Very
Probably
impressive.
Dwarvish. But it also has these pictures on it, and he will obviously show the pictures to everybody.
Would it be
So,
possible to do this investigation while we have a short rest?
Yeah.
Just by the way, for some of us who are, have a third of our hit points left, which is a few of us.
Can I cast comprehend languages and touch the key?
Okay. So the writing on the script is a little more arcane in nature. It's an enchantment that. Sorry, I need to find a name real quick.
While he's looking for a name, are we doing Song of Rest? Or are we rolling hit dice and stuff so we can filter?
If I'm investigating this, I'm not Song of Resting.
I thought the Song of Rest was only like a minute thing, and this was a separate thing. Like I didn't think it would take up the whole hour.
I'll give it to you. You can do it. It's fine.
If it does, it's fine. That's fine. I just didn't want the chance of wasting it if it wasn't something that was going to take that long. But also, it's not. I'm not trying to rule other people's action economy. I apologize. Just
4 hit points.
thank you.
A fuck are my hit dice as a sorcerer.
D8.
Thank you, D8.
So it you're making out the words that are on it. It begins Titris hold. Daithris. There are many more consonants in there than there need to be. Daithris hold in the Valley of Shadows lies both east and west, north and south. Sits the rest of the Black King. Here, both large and small come together to serve His Majesty once and for all.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for goodness.
Cool.
Terrifying. Are these people friends with the Malifaux Fate Masters? Like, the people who just... This reminiscent of Wednesday nights, I'm just saying.
And then you die.
Yep.
Can I do a history check to see if the Black King sounds familiar or any of that?
Yeah, you can make a... I'll let you make a history check because of stories. I will let Clever Stitch make a history check because he's lived on this continent. Treasure's probably out of... Well, you guys can make some same reasons. I'll do some history checks. No, you're good. Go ahead. I see the 4.
17 for me.
17. Okay.
Not 1 for 6.
Okay.
16 for me.
Okay.
15.
Okay.
What are kings?
Aren't kings over? Very over.
Oh my god. So, Rhyme Friend, we don't do kings? That's so cute. Oh my god.
Guys, they still have kings here. Isn't that so retro?
The Black King is you guys don't know a ton of details about him. It's is a from what you understand, like a fable or a legend. Let's go with story of a ancient dwarven king that was in some instances exiled, in some instances led his people on a great pilgrimage west. So it's very kind of convoluted, right? It's did he get kicked out? Did he just gather up people that he believed in and travel west with them? It from where you're getting, you're not sure about time frame or the legitimacy of it, right? But that's kind of it. I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
Bless you.
Okay. You guys take the hour. You have your short rest, and you proceed deeper into the room. As you guys look around this room is very, very big. So, just for reference, it is 170 by 150. Like, it's a big ass room. There are no doors directly west, because west is where you want to go. There are great doors that lead to the north and to the south. Each of them seems to lead down a large hallway. These hallways, the doors are broken in, very similar to the fashion that the front door was, right? You can't see down the entire length of the hallway. It's more than 60 feet. But a cursory glance tells you both that this was part of the large battle. They're not immediately trapped. So if you walk at least 20 feet into either hallway, you're not really gonna get hit with something. Can I have one of you make an investigation check? Or no, your passive perceptions. Hold on. This'll tell you. Yes. So, as you guys are looking at the northern and the southern passages, right? There is the northern passage has a similar emblem, iconography, as what's on the key, the helmet with the large beard, seems to be presented in the north, and the fist, the iron fist, punchy, seems to be presented in the south.
Did those line? Are we able to orient the key in such a way that those line up and correspond to?
I'm going to say yes,
Like,
even if I
relational
did not initially
positions?
describe it as such. Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Just a thought, because Talroth probably would have been just scribing down just the path they're taking, just not making like a full map, but just like a rudimentary one.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean,
would
so
he
far
be able
you've
to-
got one big room.
Right. But seeing that just now with the key,
Mm-hmm.
is there some kind of check I can make to see if the key is a map itself?
Yeah. I'll give me an intelligence base. You can add your cartography proficiency to it. Yeah, go with that.
All right, so let me see here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to roll this one manually.
Okay. Caitlin found something to distract her.
So that's
My feet were cold and my blanket's on my bed and it was far away, but I have this blanket, this scented unicorn blankie buddy named Zoe the Unicorn that's been sitting unopened on my desk, and I just reorganized, and so it was over here, and I was like, I wonder if it's big enough to cover my feet. Not really. I'm gonna try anyway, but look how fucking cute it is. It's a unicorn, and it smells like magic. It smells like Tinkerbell should have this toy, and I just fucking can't. Look how goddamn cute.
Taroth, I'm sorry for interrupting you. That was my fault.
it's all
I'm sorry. I was not talking about it. I was actively not talking about it, and you asked.
That's what I said. It's my fault. Taroth, what did you get?
That'd be a 13 total.
13 total. The key's orientation probably has some significance. There doesn't seem to be enough information on the key for it to be a map itself. Maybe like a compass rose or something like that. But you just don't. There's not enough of it, really.
Gotcha.
So are we thinking head or fist? For directions.
Oh, for directions.
Thank you.
Probably head. Fist sounds, to me, feels like a fight.
All right. Then.
I mean, I think it's a fight no matter what we do, but.
Probably.
I'm just kind of wondering, which of these hallways looks the most beat to hell?
That's a good question.
Well, and either. Well, and what that means, because if it's beat up, maybe the undead in that area have already woken up and it's an easier path for us. Or maybe it means that area is dangerous. So it's really a matter of perspective.
So I'll say that the north one, the face icon, looks a little more damaged, but they both, neither of them look particularly well kept. Let's put it that way, right?
Gotcha.
So it's not like one is untouched and the other one is destroyed. It is near equal, but it looks like the north one had a rougher time.
All right. Fuck it. To the north?
Okay.
All right.
You guys lead your way down this great hall. And in the hall, there is somebody, all of you roll me a percentile, please.
Real dice. I'm sure it's on the roller, but I don't know where it is, so real dice.
I got a 35.
Okay.
I got a rock. I got a 22.
Okay. Meg?
Sorry, I just 17.
17.
That's an 83 for me.
Okay. Treasure?
85.
As you guys are walking down this hallway, you can see that there was at some point, you think maybe like murals or stone reliefs that probably carried both a ton of artistic value, but also maybe some information or perspective on this place. But so much of these walls have been just destroyed. There's not enough here for you to really make out heads or tails. You can see the burns of magic, the breaks in stone as like stone shaping magic was was used, and there's some portions where like columns of earth have been jutted up out of the ground. You can see pinned to the ceiling the bones and corpses that have been kind of crushed there. This is thinner in the bone department, and you guys are very careful looking through. Nothing's jumping out or being immediately aggressive. You do see along these walls some scarring, some scratching. That is large animal, not animal, large creature, I should say. Maybe huge creature. Might be a bit more evocative. Kind of strong enough claws to dig into stone. The ceiling is just at the edge of your dark vision, so about 60 feet up, right? And as you guys make your way down this hallway, you can tell that the door is about 100 feet. The hallway is 100 feet across from door to door. And you can see the door come into view. It has been shattered, but it looks like there's a pile of like rubble that has been stacked up. It does not go the entire 60 feet up. It goes maybe 20 feet. And it's a pile of rubble. You could climb it for sure, but it does not provide you with a immediate view as to what's on the other side in this room.
Talroth, do you want to climb up and see what's up the top?
May as well take a quick little look-see.
Okay. Tara, go ahead.
You got half of it anyway, because good pantomime.
Everything was going so. Fingers.
Fingers on the
Ooh.
claw marks.
Ooh, a good question. Like, are we dealing with human claws or like... That was my
I
velocity.
realize we're not in the section of the hall. You know.
I am looking it up. 3? Some of them look like this. 3. And some of them are 2 with a 3rd. Yeah.
Cool, I hate it. Neat.
All right, so just to make the climb a little easier, I'm going to hand treasure the double-bladed.
Okay.
Just make sure my other 2 swords are strapped on, hood up just in case, and make my way up.
Okay. As you're climbing up, the stones do shift a little bit. At one point, you think you're going to have to like jump and grab a hold of something, but it just settles just in time. It's not completely stable, but not immediately danger. You sort of very carefully come summiting up over the hill, right? As you look into this room up ahead, from what your dark vision can tell, looks like there were some falling rocks. Looks like your immediate instinct tells you this room was like a trapped room, like a barrier room to just set up to kind of slow down progress.
And do I see anything moving in there, or?
Rats, maybe. Nothing big.
And I'm guessing since I'd be closer to the ceiling, do I see any more of the claw marks that we saw on the other walls?
Yes, the claw marks do seem to curve up and go to the ceiling.
Looking at the claw marks, does it look like it came from behind us over this barrier or the other way?
Make a survival check.
$27.
Looks like both. Not at the same time, but it looks like something has walked this hallway or crawled along the wall and or ceiling of this hallway many times.
All right. I'll just carefully make my way back down. Well, got some good news and got potential bad news.
Well, potential bad news is better than usually got some good news and some definitely shit news, and the good news isn't really that good, so let's hear it.
Well, on the good news, ain't nothing over there right now, except maybe a few rats. So at least we got some lunch later, maybe, if we need it. Oh, don't you give me that look. It's
I'll
like,
give you
Food? We just bought. It's worth.
Yeah, I'll give you whichever look I want, and what's right? We just bought enough rations. Let's wait until we are rat ready. That's a different kind of desperation, I feel like.
Until we've run out of rations.
Get the fuck out! You walk out of your own house right now, go sit on your lawn, and think about what you've done.
These are like right there. Just like amazing. They're right there. It's in the goddamn word. Rations is literally in the word.
Listen, I called our tiny dragon the reptile because we are the rep. So I can only apologize so much.
I'd like to.
Right to what?
We Stitch of. We eat Stitch first.
That's fair.
Well, the potential bad news is all them big old claw marks that we've been seeing. Yeah, they kind of go both ways. So can't tell how old they are. Can't tell if the last time whatever passed through is still over there or if it left. But whatever made them kind of knows its way around.
I would like to do a thing, please. I would like to pick up a small piece of rubble, chuck it over the mound.
Okay.
And just chuck it into the other room and see what happens once it hits the ground. Like, I'm not up there to see it, but like listen for giant skittering or doing anything.
Great. Roll me a percentile.
Okay, you got it. A 98.
I rolled a 96.
Oh, shit!
Wow!
Shit!
Okay. So you take your rock, right? And you chuck it. And I actually need to look something up.
No. While you do that, Fable starts listing off all the other potential things they could eat before they are reduced to rat hunting. We have the rations that we can do. We'll be able to find a storeroom perhaps. There's dwarven leather that I'm sure was made out of something at one point edible. You know what? We might actually find a real monster and kill it like a dragonling or something and just eat that. And Saride is so disgusted by the conversation that she had to walk the fuck away because he's talking about eating rats.
Okay, now here's the thing. Now, I might be with you on the storeroom because if the dwarves, they plan all this stuff ahead of time to be in the mountain, then they might have something still good in there. But if we're talking dwarven leather, I mean, have you smelled a dwarf after a long day?
Have you
And
tasted a
or-
rat after a long sewage run?
Yes, I have
Alternatively-
actually. Needs a
Yeah,
bit of
you
salt.
can wash the smell out of the leather. You can't wash that taste out of a rat. Yes, Stitch.
Have you ever smelled a tanner and a tannery and a
Yes.
leatherworking shop? It's
Yes.
disgusting.
Yes, you know why it's disgusting, actually? It's disgusting because they tan it with brain. It's actually got a lot more protein in it once it's been treated. It might not smell good, but
You're
it's better for
also-
you than the fucking rats!
You're also not supposed to eat brains. That's like
but
the first thing that they tell you for most things that you eat.
Yeah, but
most,
also if
not
And that's
all,
just
but
pure
most.
botanical nonsense because you know what? They're very good for you.
but if you're also washing that leather off to try to get the smell out, you're also washing that brain off, so you're losing the protein too.
Not actually true because your leather gets wet and it stays tanned.
So,
I can actually fight on leather tanning because I've done it, and I've done brain tanning hides in a Native American history village I used to work at, and I know way too much about it, and I never get to share.
Talroth doesn't have the intelligence to argue that.
clever Stitch.
Amazing. Did we
up?
fill enough? Are we good?
You did. You good. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. You take a big rock. You yeet said rock.
Yes, I do.
You hear it hit something on the other side of the rubble, and then so it bounces basically off of something and onto the floor. No skittering, no follow-up noises, nothing that is immediately threatening. Make me just make me an intelligence check to see if you can identify the noise.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that it made a noise
Yeah.
and that the floor is not. That's a natural
Lava.
one. So a 3.
Yeah. You were very focused on skittering. There was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't hear any skittering, so I don't think that they're in that room. I'm just gonna say it. I think that room's perfectly safe. For
Sounds
now.
fine to me. That sounds great.
Past that room, maybe scary. But I think that they went there, that they came back, that they are in the other room probably.
Right. Let's fucking go.
Okay. As you guys climb up and over this hill and to get down safely, I'd like all of you to make me athletics checks.
I'm so sorry, y'all.
It's okay.
Can I beg for advantage because I have a climb speed?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Beg for acrobatics because it's like climbing up circus things and doing it like it's, I don't know. Okay.
Natural 20 for a 24.
A 6.
6.
Twins!
Natural 20 for 23.
Fuck you guys!
24 altogether.
Catch me! It's, there's no middle of the road here. It's either all the highs or all the lows.
Fable and Saride, would you guys roll me percentiles, please?
No!
Because of my own paranoia, could I just try to like put the hood up and try to like stealth or something, or just
Stealth up
make
the
myself
wall.
quieter?
They won't see you.
Sure. Go ahead.
14?
Okay.
56.
Okay.
Oh
So-
my god, not a 14. I rolled a D8 and a D4 and the other one. Hold on. I rolled the wrong die. Where the fuck are you? A 54, not a 14. A 54. Ah!
Okay.
Much better.
As you guys come up and over the rock face, Saride and Treasure, some of the rocks beneath your feet shift a little bit, and you kind of begin to rock slide, essentially, down. You're both going to take 4 points of abrasion damage.
You meant and Fable. Got it.
Yes, Saride and Fable. Sorry, I said treasure.
Yeah, it's okay.
My bad.
How long did those temp hit points last from the battle?
Oh, they're gone.
Good.
Ah.
That one's painful. Oh, fuck.
Some of the rocks come sliding down a little bit down around you guys. The rest of you summit the small hill relatively easily. You come down, slip a little bit, but you make your way down. Fable and Saride are, I'm going to say, prone, sitting on the ground. As you guys are getting up, you're dusting yourselves off, absolutely. I'd like you all to make perception checks. Or what would you like to do? Let's start with that. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead. Perception check.
I mean, that feels wise, honestly.
Sure.
14.
4.
24.
Yeah, I would have started like trying to at least down the path, just get behind some rubble to kind of obscure myself.
Okay.
So it's a 26 on perception.
Okay.
7. I think I'm more paying attention to helping Fable and Sarai to get on their feet.
Okay. There is no dramatic motion. There's nothing that seems to be moving. Saride. Talroth, you look down the hallway. I will go ahead and let you know this room is. Let's see, how big is it? It's a pretty big room. It's about 100 by 100, right? There are some columns. You can see where like rock falls and some pit traps were set up. You've got maybe 10 feet in front of you before you have to start like circling around to get around where these traps have already been sprung, right? But nothing seems to be immediately threatening you guys. Saride, you at the bottom of the hill, as you're sitting on your butt, you look to your left and you see the rock that Clever Stitch hath been Jotun. Yep. And you look at it, and you look past it to the hill that you guys have just gone over, and beneath the rubble, in what is sort of like clearly a protected kind of chamber, as though this rubble was used to protect or obscure or hide something. You see a little bit of what the rock bounced off of. It is the end of a very large egg.
How large?
About the size of a halfling.
Anything on it?
I'm sorry, can you...
He was asking if it had anything on it.
No, there's nothing on it that you can see. It looks slightly metallic. Not metallic. It looks slightly serpentine.
So either a dragon or a basilisk thing. Ugh.
Yeah, a little bigger than a halfling, I would say, the egg.
Can or all of us roll nature checks of some kind?
Yeah, you can roll nature checks.
Please. I'd like to find out if we can know what it is.
A 21 nature.
Fine. It's my idea. I'm just bad at it.
11 for me.
Treasure?
I'm sorry, it didn't come quite in. What was I rolling?
Nature.
Nature. Total of 6.
6. Okay. They do look like draconic eggs.
Now's my chance. It can bond with me. I'll take this one too.
You said that it's like silver-ish?
I initially said metallic, and I should not have it. It is. They're
Chromatic, Dareth.
serpentine. I will say that the egg has like a sheen to it, right? It shouldn't really be an indication of the type of dragon. Who rolled the highest? I heard a 21.
Yep,
Okay.
that was me.
Thank you. So, Clever Stitch, couple of things I can tell you about this. They are mountainous dragons that are usually red, silver. You're not sure really what else. Maybe I think that's it. Actually, I think because most other dragons have
Or white?
white if it's very
Maybe.
cold, and it is a coldish
Yeah.
region. Could be white. These eggs look they look like they've been damaged. It doesn't look like there's anything alive inside of them. They look actually pretty not old, but it looks like something has stowed them here in almost a snack-like fashion. This is not the way any dragon that you know of would keep their eggs.
Yeah.
This was not a nest. This was a predator who took
Oh.
advantage of either an abandoned nest or stole the eggs.
Yeah, this seems like something stole these
Gotcha.
eggs. Maybe it's saving what's left as like a snack, or it just likes keeping the shells, or this is its trash can. You're not 100% sure, but this is not how dragons would keep their eggs.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say it's been long enough for whatever rotten egg smell to have stopped being rotten, and that they've eaten. Looks like most of what's inside. Whatever's left is more like draconic protein crystal, right? Draconic protein fruit leather. Draconic
Other things we can eat.
Gotcha.
Sorry.
Right. Yeah. Other things you can eat before the rats.
Yeah.
Something like that. But
Gotcha.
yeah.
I will see if we're discussing this in character as well. There's a chance that if we hunt down and find whatever is eating this, we might be able to endear ourselves to the dragons. Because they're admittedly going to be a very big problem eventually. And if this is a problem we already know they have, if we happen to come across it, it might, let's save a trophy of whatever it is. If we do. Putting that out there.
I am now more concerned about these abandoned holes and what's been crawling along the walls and the ceiling.
That too.
If it's strong enough to not, well, maybe it just snuck the eggs away.
Well, I
And
mean,
if that's the case, not too scared.
even
But
dragons have to sleep. That's the thing. Even dragons have to sleep, and depending on the this is Caitlin knowing dragon lore, not Fable knowing dragon lore. So I gotta back up for a minute, because I read too many books as a kid. Depending on how they some animals get tired after they breed, or after they mate, or after they lay eggs. They might just sleep for an extra long time. They might it might be an opportunity. They might have had to leave to find something, and if I don't know if they single parent the eggs or if they have a partner or broodmate, and they might have just had they might be opportunity hunters. If they're bigger and stronger than dragons, that's a very different conversation.
absolutely,
or
and that's what I'm a
potentially-
little worried about.
Potentially, the dragons abandoned the nest for a different reason, and this creature just was able to find them. But either way, if we come across something that looks like it might be able to eat these kinds of eggs, maybe we study the teeth marks, if there's any kind of, and see if there's no big thing and big hole that it's small enough to suck it from the inside. We gotta find out what that is and maybe keep an eye out for it.
I'll let
Can
you
we
know.
investigate the
Absolutely.
shells?
Yeah, there's a decent sized hole. It looks like it was cracked. It looks like it was handled by the same creature that left those claw marks. The claw marks sort of match up. Yes, treasure.
Being that I'm from Jalen, I know Draconic. I may not know of dragons specifically, but is there the possibility that I know of something that may eat dragon eggs, or may have heard of that kind of thing, even if it's not necessarily native to Lickdrock, but something that just I may have heard at some point?
I will take a nature check or history check if you guys want to. I'll give it to you across the board. I will say it's going to be harder with history than with nature.
10.
God damn, this dice roller loves me. 19 for nature.
It hates me. 9 for nature.
That's an 8 for me for nature.
Okay. Clever Stitch, Dragon Hunter, coming in clutch.
Clearly, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's the
The
key.
clutch is here,
He
and the
got-
clutch is broken.
He got a hold of this key. He realized his true nature as Keyblade Master, and now everything is unlocked.
That's it.
When you return to the
Key
game
pun.
board, you are going to have. Yes, that will
It
be
was
you.
it was a key pun. Unlocked.
God damn it.
What's up?
I thought you called yourself the keeper, like the keeper, but with a key.
That's a good one too, but I missed that one. God damn it. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Oh my lord. Okay.
You love us.
I do. I absolutely do. So I love Professor Treasure and now Dragon Hunter Clever Stitch. Dragon Master Clever Stitch. Yes, there is a huge sort of, it's a monstrosity, it's sort of serpentine, has multiple legs which would line up with those claw types that you have seen. Roughly resembles like a centipede and a crocodile put together. Usually has some electric power to it, called a behir. Behir. A behir. They're cavernous predators raised initially by giants to help hunt dragons. And so they don't actively seek out dragon prey, but they will try to drive dragons off, or they do not like dragons. They speak Draconic, but they don't like dragons. They like swallowing things whole.
How high are the ceilings here?
60 feet.
Y'all, I think that this was a more of a giant place than a dwarven place.
Did the dwarves just
Actually, you know
move
what?
in for
Fuck it.
convenience?
Fuck it. You'll welcome back, Sarai. She's back from her nap.
Yay! That was adorable. Oh my god, Disney Princess forever.
Truly.
What happened?
we found out that the eggs and the things within them have been basically eaten whole by a thing called a Bahir, we assume, which is a giant trained dragon eater.
Yeah, you trained them to hunt dragons, and I, Clever Stitch will relay the information about the Bahirs, and then look around a little bit, and then pause, look around a little bit more, and then go, I think that the dwarves were attacking this place, not the other way around. And I think that this is a giant encampment.
I will let you know, Clever Stitch, from the position of the bodies in the first lineup, two things. One, the architecture here is extremely dwarven.
Okay.
Okay. And two, the lineup of the dwarven corpses.
Were they defending?
They were defending.
Then I think that this place has been attacked by giants. Other way around.
And therefore invaded by that pet thing.
The Bahir. I think that there's at least one
echoing my older sentiment.
I got one more thing for you guys. You know that there were burn marks in the first chamber, and more other claws. Looks different, more draconic claws. But I will also let you know the corpses of the giant skeletons, look to be on both sides of those barricades.
Things are more complicated out here. It's not just one side fits all.
Now that you're kind of piecing these things together, you are seeing, because the key has both a dwarven and giant resemblance, right?
Well, I'm going to revisit my earlier suggestion that if we find this Bahir thing, we save a piece of it to endear ourselves to the dragons. Hey, we killed the thing that was killing all of you and ate your eggs. Praise us. We're on your side, at least for a moment. It couldn't hurt.
No, I think that, hell, if we fight a Bahir, even if we're not trying to keep a piece to show dragons that we're friendly, you keep a piece of a Bahir as a trophy because you survived.
Because you fought a fucking Bahir!
Yeah.
The description of us didn't really seem like a kind of thing like you make things out of dragon armor. You don't... No, we'd never do that, she said, as though, in case dragons can hear. But the Bahir sounds gross and like not a thing any of us would want to wear on our heads and bodies. So I just wasn't sure, I just wanted to make sure.
Right, well, do we want to keep going, I suppose?
I mean, yeah.
And this is weird. No, never mind. I'm not gonna do it. Never mind. I wanted to break a piece of the dragon shell and fucking take it with me. But never mind.
Alroth, you're kind of making some markings of where we've gone, right? Mapwise on the way, so we don't get lost in this place.
Yeah, just trying to do a quick little sketch of a map out. I ain't doing a full one yet, but
no time for that. That's just a quick even trying to make sure that we're not going to get lost in this thing, have to run from a dragon and not be able to find our way back out again. You always leave breadcrumbs, but we don't want to do that, so map.
So, I posted an image of the 5e version of the Bahir into the Discord there. That's a cooler image of one.
No.
Yeah, when you mentioned Bahir, Mars knew what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Not even heard of it before.
I need a bigger blanket. We've entered that part of Caitlin discomfort.
No, thank you.
I don't like it.
In the immortal words of Chris Evans, I don't like it.
So the second one is less gross than the first one is.
It seems less slimy, but it seems more insectoid.
It also has, the body is not as long. And I think that that's really, and it's like legs actually touch the ground in the first one, and that's the uncomfortable part.
Mm-hmm.
The legs on the second one are just gratuitous and useless.
They come in a wide variety. So,
Now,
is it safe now? I had one more.
No.
I'm going to block that channel. I'm gonna delete the whole chit chat. No.
Okay.
I will burn this Discord to the ground. You understand me?
I will disconnect our internet. We will end the stream right now. I will come downstairs and push buttons.
Don't do it, Caitlin. Don't. Trust me. Don't live in this hell.
I hate this. Crawling all over me. I hate it.
I'm not doing it. You guys are okay. So, here's what I would like to do. We have a few minutes before 11. We don't have enough time to get like deep into another portion of the adventure. I would like all of you to make me survival checks, please. And because what you've noticed is that a lot of this place has been damaged and a lot of the traps have been set off. There aren't a lot of doors even that still remain, right? But you're getting the feeling that just from the size of the rooms and the hallways in between, this place is gargantuan, potentially, right? So I would like everybody to tell me your results of the survival check, please.
Another natural 20 for a 19.
What the?
Okay.
Stitch will survive in here on his own. A 17.
Okay.
My highest roll of the night.
Nice.
12.
Okay.
17.
Okay.
14.
Okay. Okay. Great. I would like all of you to roll me a percentile as well.
A 100.
Okay.
An 80.
57.
30.
36.
Okay. As you guys are searching through this hallway, you're noticing through these rooms. You're noticing a few things. One, the key sort of serves as like a compass rose, right? So shield side is to the east, axe side is to the west. What helmet side to the north, fist side to the south, right? There are some other like reference keys that are on the walls. Many of them have been destroyed. You do come across some of them. You suspect there is sort of a central chamber that you might be able to navigate to that has that citadel throne thing. It's in here somewhere. I can let you know that much. So what I would like for you guys to do, everybody succeeded at least partially. So I would like for you all, you can discuss this in character, or you can just message me privately and personally. To get through this place, you need to go axe side, west, right? Ultimately, that's your final goal. But it's up to you guys how much you detour to try to find this central chamber. Each of you, since Clever Stitch, you get 2 because you had the natural 20, so you get the bonus success there. Everybody else gets essentially you're picking directions for the group as you go. It doesn't mean that they're mutually exclusive either. At least to some extent, the throne is westward. Throne, chamber, whatever it may be.
I am inclined to want to find the central chamber along the way.
Same.
We have to go west anyway. Eventually, I think we should find our way central. One, because that is often where the most important stuff is. And in general out here, if there's going to be a dragon, horde, an enemy hiding, a secret thing that may help us later, a stash of 10 billion health potions so we never die again, like whatever it's going to be, tools that can, a surprise tool that can help us later, like any of those things I feel like are going to be in there. This isn't like, for those of you who remember the fucking, I've blocked it out so much I've forgotten the name of it, not the Delve, the home game one. Hellscape there. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh.
We're like trying to hit every single room at one point. I don't think we need to try and go out of our way to just scour every single room of the dungeon map.
Doom Vault.
Doom Vault. Fucking, I blocked it out so much I forgot the name. The goddamn Doom Vault. I don't think we need to do what we did there, which was find all the rooms, find out what's in them. Like, we don't necessarily need to do that because that'll be 3 months of real game time. But I do think finding a big central chamber and things along the way to that while heading relatively westward may be a good idea.
Okay. So I've got 3 marks down for Throne, Saride.
I'm going to do whatever the group wants to do.
Talroth.
I mean, this whole mountain's kind of creeping me out a little bit, especially if something big enough to kind of crawl up the walls and all. I mean, as tempting as it is to kind of explore and find some good stuff in here, I am more inclined to just get out fast.
Okay. Treasure.
My issue is leaving the folks in the front alone for too long. Think about how quickly...
What I will say is this, because I want you to care about them. I also don't want them to hold you down, right? This is going to be the same day next week. You guys are you guys can switch out party members if we need to. Okay, the resources you all have spent are going to remain spent. My theory is, as long as you are clearing rooms as you go, the caravan is like a room behind you, right? So that they're close enough by for you guys to kind of switch out, but they're too far away to be immediately helpful in combat, far enough away for them not to be immediately in danger.
That is very helpful, thank you.
Yes, because where Treasure's thoughts were is that they were still waiting outside of this entire cave, and thus that, another Dragonborn raiding party could come up and attack them without us there. And if we take too long, that would be a problem. If they are directly behind us, and that's not a huge issue, like they're still in an area where we know they're safe, she'd actually be okay with trying to find the central chamber.
Okay.
If for nothing else, to learn some interesting stuff.
I'll say that they are, they're a room behind. They are, let's call it 75 to 90% safe. Okay. More than you. And if something happens, you guys would be probably close enough to come and help. Okay. I'm not, for the verisimilitude of the world, I don't want to give you just a blank check of they're perfectly fine. Run, go, do. But you guys are being smart about it, is what I am trying to convey, right? You're not going to go like the 12, 20, 30 miles through this chamber and then be like, it's all clear, come on. Like that's its own.
And for tactical reasons, they're close enough that we can trade party members during long rests. They're not hours away from us. Yeah. We can swap out when need be, so we don't get stuck with only this group can do the dungeon. Right. So that makes sense that the caravan would be close enough.
Yeah.
Megan wants to say this. This may have gotten covered during my brief sojourn from the internet. But a dragon horde means a dragon. I just want to remind us that this means our first dragon fight.
Yes.
Are my nipples hard? Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Is it from fear or excitement? Yes, absolutely. Yes. And I just want to make sure that we are keeping that in the back of our cute little reptilian brains about how we get to fight a dragon.
Just so that you know as well, because it was covered while you were gone, we don't think that these eggs were from dragon nest in this room. Maybe that means dragon nest in other room. However, it looks like the dragon eggs were stolen by Bahir and placed here, maybe as trash can, or keeping shiny things from.
Well, because the phrase "dragon horde" was used.
So there might be
Right,
here. Yeah.
And this is. I just want to say it. I've said it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
No,
It is a good thing for us to keep in mind.
At a certain point, I think we have to accept the fact that out here specifically,
We're gonna have to fight some more.
And so I'd rather fight them here in a place where we have for the first time here in a place where A, we will have mapped the area, learned it, and can possibly escape. B, we have like rather than Hinterlands Dragon that's out in the open, and you get fucked up.
You want to fight them in an enclosed area where they have home field advantage?
I want to fight them in an enclosed area where we at least know it as well as they do, instead of they can fly up and dive.
Sorry, yes, absolutely. I'm just saying we were here for like a day. They've lived here their whole life. But yes, absolutely.
Here that stole and ate their eggs, so clearly they're not impenetrable here. Like clearly they're not all powerful even in their own space. Their children were stolen and devoured in the night. Like they clearly have limitations.
Caitlin, I think this is going to make you feel better. Think of the Bahir as Joanna from Rescuers Down Under.
I will not, because then I won't be able to kill it.
But that's what it is. No, not Joanna's eggs.
It's got too many legs. That's the thing. If it was just the lizard that ate it, I'd be like, great, amazing, we're on board. I'll adopt it with my other egg. But no! Fucking this bullshit!
Maybe it can be like the Agatha Harkness babysitter for your egg.
Get the fuck out.
Was the Bahir all along? Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. Right?
So,
Magical.
Saride, I need you to message me which direction, because the group is currently split.
Fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me?
No.
You jackasses! I specifically
No, we're not,
don't have an
'cause-
opinion anymore, so as not to get into a fight and not to do this.
We're not
One of you
split.
bitches can't nut up and just decide.
But we're not split anymore.
We're not?
No, because me and Matthew and Kez all said let's go toward the center room. Mars is the only one who said the other thing.
Right, but so some of those.
Matthew counts for two.
Right, some of those count on both, because you have to go west a certain number of chambers.
On my birthday? Really?
On this, the day of my daughter's
On my
wedding?
birthday?
On this, my very merry unbirthday, right before
On this,
my
the
you don't
Monday
get to.
before my
There you go. Gotta be careful how many times you use that, or
The day of my cat's quinceañera.
I wish it was. God, I wish it was 15.
I will also open it up to the rest of the party, right? I think the other players getting a vote as well is worthwhile, but we can message about that afterwards.
I think them deciding, even though they weren't here tonight, is mild import.
I mean, it impacts the whole group, so.
No lobbying from the rest of us, okay? We can make our cases and then walk away.
I love you guys.
I don't want that group chat turning into just all of us arguing with each other in a non-vocal context space.
I'll ask. I'll reach out. Not a big deal. Is there anything else you guys would like to get done before we call it a night? I think you guys had a great adventure tonight. I think get the big skeleton fight. You guys got to do some really cool stuff. You got a key. You found. There was a chance you guys were going to run into the Bahir here, but it
Was
didn't.
that the 96? So you almost guaranteed.
Oh my god!
Check?
Yeah, because that was he rolled a 94. And Matthew rolled 96.
96, 98.
98. You saved us, Matthew.
No, I had actually rolled the Behir out of the room earlier, but I had rolled for the dragon eggs, and I hadn't decided if the dragon eggs were going to be like hatching. So what you saved, you outrolled them being like hatched wormlings for you guys to fight. So
This makes
I'm
up
okay
for
with
all your other shitty percentile stuff.
Okay with the Behir having eaten them. It's fine. It's fine.
So, I had a great time. I hope you guys did as well. I hope everybody at home had a good time. We're going to say goodnight. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. We will see you guys next time. But until then, be cool.